Well, one day, you're able to enjoy steak, hamburgers, perhaps a sausage on the grill, and the next day, these foods could cause a severe allergic reaction.
Yeah, it's called alpha-gal syndrome, and until now, it was linked to bites from a tick found in the southeast. But new research is linking the reaction to patients and ticks found in New England.
And I was fully covered in these hives, head to toe.
We first introduced you to Rob Attaway a few years ago. The Georgia man says he broke out into hives and suffered unbearable itching for years before finally getting answers from an allergist.
Found the problem, stop eating red meat now. And I stopped eating red meat, and within 3 days of that, everything started to clear up.
Rob tested positive for alpha-gal syndrome, a delayed allergic reaction to red meat. It's caused by a bite from the Lone Star tick, typically found in the South. But new research is tying the red meat allergy to 2 more types of ticks found closer to home. CDC researchers linked alpha-gal to a 45-year-old Maine woman bitten by a black-legged tick in York County. Researchers also linked alpha-gal to a different tick bite in a woman in Washington state.
We know the range of Lone Star ticks, and yet these 2 cases seem to be something a bit beyond that.
Microbiology professor Dr. Stephen Rich studies ticks at UMass Amherst. He says this issue has been on their radar for some time, and they still have a lot of questions that need answers.
Black-legged ticks, as we know, are throughout New England and even in higher elevations, and so it changes the exposure if that's in fact the case, that the black-legged ticks are now a risk factor.
CDC researchers increased surveillance in Maine and found positive lab reports for antibodies associated with alpha-gal in 57 Maine residents. The symptoms can be severe.
My face went numb completely, and I went into and looked in the mirror, and it was so contorted, I thought I was having a stroke.
Jim Dickerson also suffers from alpha-gal. He's been forced to stay away from red meat, choosing chicken, fish, and plant-based foods instead.
It's amazing how your life can change from one little bite.
There's no cure or real treatment for alpha-gal, so until researchers learn more, the best way to avoid any tick-related conditions is preventing tick bites in the first place.
Be mindful. Tick seasons are starting up right now. They'll continue to rise through the month of May and June, and so be using all the precautions you can to keep them off you.
Wow. Well, both Rob and Jim say they have not had any major outbreaks since their diagnosis, but both men carry an EpiPen just in case they accidentally eat any meat. It could cause their throat to close up and cut off their oxygen supply.
Wow.